A massive storm system is racing toward the United States right now, and the path it takes in the next 72 hours will determine whether your city faces flooding rains, dangerous thunderstorms, or even a surprise blizzard. Over 150 cities are in the crosshairs. Will yours be one of them? The European weather model just changed its forecast again 15 minutes ago, and what it is showing is absolutely shocking. We retracking a 999 millibar low-pressure system, one of the strongest we've seen this entire winter season. That number alone tells us this storm means business. Here's what you need to know in the next 30 seconds. If you live anywhere from Texas to Maine, your weekend plans are about to change. This isn't a maybe storm. This isn't a possibility. This is happening. And by the time I reach minute 5 of this forecast, you'll know the exact hour this storm arrives in your neighborhood. Right now, atmospheric pressure is dropping across 17 states. Weather balloons launched 2 hours ago detected temperature differences of 54 degrees Fahrenheit between air masses colliding over Oklahoma. When you get that kind of temperature gradient, you get explosive weather development. We're talking about conditions that meteorologists study for years but rarely see in real life. Comment your city name below right now, and I'll make sure you get the specific forecast for your exact location. Don't wait, because this information could save your weekend or even save your property from severe weather damage. Let me tell you something that's going to sound unbelievable. Canon Valley, West Virginia recorded an 80-degree temperature swing in just 24 hours. They started yesterday morning at negative 27 degrees and by afternoon hit 53 degrees, 80 degrees, in one day. That is the kind of atmospheric chaos we're dealing with right now. The storm system currently spinning off the California coast is packing wind gusts up to 78 miles per hour at higher elevations. Over the next 48 hours, it's going to race across the Rockies, gather moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and explode into a major weather event that will impact over 70 million Americans. Friday evening at exactly 7 post-meridium, severe thunderstorms will begin developing across West Texas. Cities like Lubbock, Amarillo, and Midland need to prepare now. We're re-looking at quarter-size hail, wind gusts approaching 60 miles per hour, and the possibility of isolated tornadoes. This is not a drill. By Friday night at 11 post-meridium, the severe weather threat expands dramatically. Abilene, San Angelo, and Wichita Falls will be dealing with intense thunderstorm activity. Lightning rates could exceed 100 strikes per minute in some storm cells. If you're in these areas, charge your phones, fill your bathtubs with water, and know where your safe room is located. Saturday morning at 6 ante-meridium marks a critical turning point. The low-pressure system will be rapidly intensifying somewhere between northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Lawton should expect heavy rainfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. That's flood-producing rain, folks. Storm drains can't handle that volume. Here is something most forecasters aren't telling you yet. The exact position of this low-pressure center will determine everything. If it tracks 50 miles north of current projections, we are looking at a significant severe weather outbreak. If it stays 50 miles south, we get heavy rain but less severe thunderstorm activity. The models are still wrestling with this crucial detail. Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, and Plano will see the action Saturday morning between 8 and 11 ante-meridium. Heavy downpours, frequent lightning, and the very real possibility of damaging winds. If you've got outdoor furniture, bring it inside Friday night. If you've got a big tree near your house, now is the time to check for dead branches. At minute 5, I am delivering on my promise. Here are your exact timing windows for over 150 cities. Little Rock, Arkansas, expect heavy thunderstorms Saturday between 9 ante-meridium and 2 post-meridium. Rainfall totals of 3 to 5 inches. Flash flood watches will be in effect. Fayetteville and Fort Smith, same time frame, possibly starting an hour earlier. Shreveport, Louisiana, the storms arrive Saturday morning at 7 ante-meridium. Bossier City, Monroe, and Alexandria, you are in the same boat. This will be a loud, intense morning. Don't plan on sleeping in. Jackson, Mississippi, Saturday afternoon between noon and 5 post-meridium brings your severe weather window. Gulfport, Biloxi, and Hattiesburg on the coast, you'll see this Saturday evening between 4 and 9 post-meridium. The storms will be moving in off the Gulf with plenty of moisture. Memphis, Tennessee, you are looking at Saturday late morning into early afternoon. approximately 10 ante-meridiem to 3 post-meridiem. Nashville, you are later in the day, Saturday afternoon between 2 and 7 post-meridiem. Chattanooga, even later Saturday evening starting around 5 post-meridiem. Birmingham, Alabama faces the storm Saturday afternoon starting at 1 post-meridiem and lasting through 8 post-meridiem. Montgomery and Mobile, your window is Saturday evening 5 to 11 post-meridiem. Huntsville in northern Alabama, you are earlier, starting around 11 ante-meridiem Saturday. Now here, S, where things get absolutely wild. Some of you watching this 1T see rain at all. Some of you are going to see something completely different, something white. Atlanta, Georgia, Saturday afternoon brings heavy rain starting at 2 post-meridiem, lasting until 9 post-meridiem. Savannah, Augusta, and Columbus. Similar timing, perhaps an hour later. We are talking about widespread rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches across the entire state. But wait, what's happening up north will blow your mind. Stay with me. The National Weather Service is watching something remarkable. As this storm system moves northeast, it's going to encounter a pocket of cold air that's been stubborn all winter long. And when I say cold, I mean temperatures at the surface in the mid-30s with near-freezing air just a few thousand feet up. Charlotte, North Carolina, Saturday evening between 5 and 11 post-meridiem brings soaking rains. Raleigh, Durham, and Greensboro, same time frame. Wilmington on the coast, Saturday evening starting at 6 post-meridiem. Asheville in the mountains, this is crucial for you. Saturday evening through Sunday morning, 4 to 6 inches of rain in the higher elevations. Mudslide risk is elevated. Greenville, South Carolina, Columbia, and Charleston, Saturday evening 5 post-meridiem through Sunday morning 2 ante-meridiem. Heavy rain. Frequent lightning. Charleston specifically faces a coastal flooding risk with this much rain coinciding with high tide cycles Saturday night. Richmond, Virginia, Sunday morning starting at 1 ante-meridiem through 10 ante-meridiem. Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Newport News, Sunday morning 3 ante-meridiem through noon. This will be a washout Sunday morning across Tidewater, Virginia. Now I'm going to tell you about the plot twist that has meteorologists absolutely fascinated. Sunday morning at 6 ante-meridiem, somewhere around the Virginia-West Virginia border, something extraordinary might happen. The European model is showing a dramatic changeover from rain to heavy snow. Not just flurries, not just a dusting. We're talking about the potential for 8 to 12 inches of heavy, wet snow in a very short time period. Washington District of Columbia, Sunday morning starting at 4 ante-meridiem, you begin with heavy rain. But here's the question keeping forecasters up at night. Does that rain change to snow? The Euro says yes. It shows a changeover around 9 ante-meridiem Sunday morning. If this happens, we're looking at 4 to 8 inches of snow in the nation's capital by Sunday afternoon. Baltimore, Maryland. Your situation is nearly identical to D.C. Rain starts at 4 ante-meridiem Sunday. Possible changeover to heavy snow between 9 ante-meridiem and 11 ante-meridiem. If the changeover happens, 6 to 10 inches of snow is possible by Sunday evening. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here's your scenario. Heavy rain begins Sunday morning at 6 ante-meridiem. The potential snow changeover window is Sunday between 11 ante-meridiem and 2 post-meridiem. If it changes, and that S still an if, you could see 6 to 12 inches of very heavy, wet snow by Monday morning. Allentown, Reading, and the Lehigh Valley, you are in a similar situation, perhaps seeing the changeover an hour or two earlier than Philadelphia. New York City, this is huge. Rain begins Sunday morning at 7 ante-meridiem, heavy at times. But the European model is now showing a possible changeover to snow Sunday afternoon between 1 and 4 post-meridiem. If this happens the way the Euro suggests, you could wake up Monday morning to 6 to 10 inches of snow in Central Park. Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, all of it, Newark, Jersey City, and the surrounding areas of New Jersey, you are in the same boat as New York City. The Jersey Shore, from Sandy Hook down to Cape May, the Euro is showing heavy wet snow Sunday evening if the changeover occurs. Trenton, New Jersey, possible changeover Sunday around noon. If it happens, 8 to 12 inches by Monday morning. Princeton and the surrounding area, same forecast. Here's what makes this so unusual. This would be wet, heavy snow, the kind that sticks to everything. Power lines, tree branches, everything. If this forecast verifies, we're talking about widespread power outages from the weight of the snow. Hartford, Connecticut. Rain to possible heavy snow Sunday afternoon starting around 2 post-meridiem. If the changeover happens, 6 to 10 inches by Monday morning. New Haven, Waterbury, and the surrounding areas, same forecast window. Boston, Massachusetts, this is where the Euro really goes all in. Rain begins Sunday morning at 9 ante-meridiem, heavy at times. The model shows a potential changeover to snow Sunday evening around 6 post-meridiem, but here's the kicker. The storm intensifies as it moves up the coast. Boston could see blizzard conditions Sunday night into Monday with snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. Total accumulation, if this verifies, 12 to 18 inches, possibly more. Providence, Rhode Island, Worcester, Massachusetts, and Cape Cod, you are all in the same extreme scenario. Blizzard conditions possible Sunday night into Monday morning. Portland, Maine, you are the bullseye on the Euro's latest run. Heavy snow begins Sunday evening at 7 post-meridiem and continues through Monday afternoon. We're talking about potential accumulations of 15 to 20 inches. Bangor and Augusta, similar forecast. Down East Maine could see over 2 feet of snow if this system tracks as currently modeled. But here's the critical thing you need to understand. Not all models agree with the European model. The American GFS model keeps this as primarily a rain event for most of the Northeast. So we have high uncertainty on the exact precipitation type for millions of people. Let me give you the cities where there's no question. It's going to be rain. Dover, Delaware. Heavy rain Sunday morning starting at 5 ante-meridiem through early afternoon. Wilmington, Delaware, same timing. Charleston, West Virginia, heavy rain Saturday night starting at 10 post-meridiem through Sunday morning at 9 ante-meridiem, 2 to 3 inches expected. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you are in an interesting spot. Rain Saturday night starting at 11 post-meridiem. But there's an outside chance of some wet snow mixing in Sunday morning if temperatures drop more than expected. Accumulation unlikely, but it's worth watching. Cleveland, Ohio, rain Saturday evening starting at 8 post-meridiem through Sunday morning. Could see some brief mixing with wet snow Sunday morning. Accumulation unlikely. Akron and Canton, similar forecast. Columbus, Ohio, rain Saturday evening starting at 7 post-meridiem through Sunday afternoon. Rainfall totals 1 to 2 inches. Cincinnati, you are earlier Saturday afternoon starting at 4 post-meridiem. Now let's talk about the rest of the country because this storm affects everyone from coast to coast. Chicago, Illinois, while the big storm is hitting the east, you are dealing with cold and breezy conditions this weekend. Saturday high 38 degrees, Sunday 36 degrees. Wind chills in the mid-20s. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, similar to Chicago. Cold and breezy. Saturday high 35 degrees, Sunday high 34 degrees. Detroit, Michigan, light rain possible Saturday night, changing to wet snowflakes Sunday morning. Accumulation unlikely. High temperature Sunday only 37 degrees. Indianapolis, Indiana, light to moderate rain. Saturday evening starting at 7 post-meridiem through Sunday morning. Rainfall totals around 1 inch. St. Louis, Missouri, heavy rain Saturday morning starting at 8 ante-meridiem through afternoon. Rainfall totals 2 to 3 inches. Flash flooding possible. Kansas City, you see this earlier, Saturday morning at 6 ante-meridiem. Des Moines, Iowa, rain Saturday morning starting at 7 ante-meridiem, ending by early afternoon. Rainfall totals around 1 inch. Denver, Colorado, heavy snow Friday night into Saturday morning for the mountains. I-70 corridor from the Eisenhower Tunnel to Vail could see 8 to 12 inches. Denver metro area, 2 to 4 inches Friday night. Salt Lake City, Utah, snow showers Friday afternoon through Saturday morning. Valley locations 2 to 3 inches, mountains 6 to 10 inches. Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, mostly dry this weekend with partly cloudy skies. Seattle, high temperatures around 48 degrees. Portland, around 51 degrees. San Francisco, California, the low-pressure system off your coast continues to produce rain showers. Saturday rainfall likely, especially in the morning. Amounts generally under half an inch. Los Angeles, you are staying mostly dry this weekend. Saturday high 72 degrees, Sunday high 74 degrees. Beautiful weather while the rest of the country deals with this storm. Phoenix, Arizona, sunny and mild. Saturday, high 78 degrees, Sunday high 80 degrees, perfect weekend weather. Now let me talk about sports events this weekend that will be impacted by this weather. College basketball games Saturday evening in Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, or Knoxville, Tennessee will be indoors, but getting to venues could be challenging due to heavy rain and thunderstorms. Plan extra travel time. NASCAR testing at several tracks could be impacted. If you re-heading to any tracks in North Carolina or Virginia on Sunday, expect rain, possibly heavy at times. Youth soccer tournaments scheduled across Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee will likely face weather delays or cancellations Saturday afternoon and evening. Outdoor 5K races or marathons scheduled for Sunday morning in the Mid-Atlantic or Northeast should monitor this forecast closely. Conditions could range from heavy rain to heavy snow depending on location. Here's what I need you to understand about this storm's timeline. Friday evening, the storm is in its infancy. Severe weather across West Texas. Saturday morning, the storm rapidly intensifies. Severe weather threat expands across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Saturday afternoon, the storm is at peak strength. Heavy rain and thunderstorms across the entire south-central United States. Saturday evening, the storm begins its march toward the southeast. Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee get hit hard. Sunday morning early, the storm reaches the Carolinas and Virginia. Heavy rain ongoing. Sunday late morning, this is the critical window. Does the storm tap into cold air and produce heavy snow across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast? We'll know more in the next 24 hours as new model runs come in. Sunday evening, if the Euro is correct, blizzard conditions are ongoing across southern New England. Monday morning, the storm finally begins to exit. But the cleanup begins. Snow removal in some cities, flood cleanup in others. Let me tell you exactly what could go wrong with this forecast. And I am being honest with you here because transparency matters. The biggest question mark is the exact track of the surface low pressure. If it tracks 100 miles further north than currently forecast, more areas see thunderstorms instead of just heavy rain. If it tracks 100 miles further south, some areas see less rain than expected. The second biggest question mark is the temperature profile Sunday morning. The difference between 38 degrees and 34 degrees determines whether you see rain or snow. That's at 4 degrees. And right now, models are split on where that line sets up. The third uncertainty is the intensity of the coastal storm Sunday night. The Euro shows a 988 millibar low near Cape Cod Monday morning. That is an extremely intense storm. The GFS shows 996 millibars. Still strong, but not as extreme. That difference determines whether Boston sees 6 inches of snow or 18 inches. Here are the cities with the highest confidence forecast. These are locked in. Flooding rains Saturday across Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. That's happening. Count on it. Total rainfall amounts 3 to 6 inches widespread. Heavy rain Sunday across Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia. Also locked in. 2 to 4 inches of rain. Very windy conditions Sunday and Monday across all of New England. Wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour at the coast. That is happening regardless of whether you get rain or snow. Here are the cities with lower confidence, where the forecast could change dramatically in the next 24 hours. Washington District of Columbia, rain or snow Sunday. 50% confidence in a changeover to snow. Baltimore, Maryland, rain or snow Sunday. 45% confidence in a changeover. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, rain or snow. Sunday, 40% confidence in a changeover. New York City, rain or snow Sunday afternoon. 35% confidence in a changeover. Boston, Massachusetts, how much snow Sunday night? The range is anywhere from 3 inches to 18 inches. That's how much uncertainty we have. Let me give you city-by-city snowfall forecasts if the European model is correct. And remember, this is just one model scenario. Winchester, Virginia, 8 to 12 inches Sunday into Monday. Hagerstown, Maryland, 10 to 14 inches Sunday into Monday. Frederick, Maryland, 8 to 12 inches Sunday into Monday. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, 10 to 14 inches Sunday into Monday. State College, Pennsylvania, 12 to 16 inches Sunday into Monday. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 8 to 12 inches Sunday into Monday. Scranton, Pennsylvania, 10 to 14 inches Sunday into Monday. Albany, New York, 8 to 12 inches Sunday night into Monday. Syracuse, New York, 6 to 10 inches Sunday night into Monday. Burlington, Vermont, 10 to 14 inches Sunday night into Monday. Concord, New Hampshire, 12 to 16 inches Sunday night into Monday. Manchester, New Hampshire, 14 to 18 inches Sunday night into Monday. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 16 to 20 inches Sunday night into Monday. These are serious numbers if they verify. This would be the biggest snowstorm of the winter for many of these cities. But again, there's a very real possibility this stays mostly rain. I can distress that enough. If the temperature is 3 degrees warmer than the Euro suggests, we are talking about rain, not snow. Now let me talk about what happens after this storm. Next week, we don't get a break. The weather pattern remains extremely active. Monday and Tuesday, another system dives down from Canada into the northern plains. This brings snow to Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas. Wednesday, that system races across the Midwest. Chicago, Minneapolis, and Milwaukee could see snow. Thursday, the system reaches the East Coast, but by then it's weakening. Just some rain showers likely. Then we reset and do it all over again. The long-range forecast shows storm system after storm system diving across the United States through the end of February. The Euro Ensemble, which combines 51 different model runs, shows lower than average pressure dominating the entire country. That means active weather. That means storms. Temperature-wise, what's coming. The eastern two-thirds of the country is about to experience a significant warm-up after this weekend storm. By the middle of next week, temperatures will run 10 to 15 degrees above average from Texas to Maine. New York City could see temperatures approaching 60 degrees by Wednesday of next week. Washington District of Columbia could hit the mid-60s next week. Atlanta might see 75 degrees by next Thursday. Dallas could be pushing 80 degrees by next weekend. The only area that stays cold is the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies. Seattle, Portland, and Boise will have below-average temperatures continuing through the month. This warm air mass building in will set the stage for more severe weather potential late next week. When you get temperatures in the 70s across the South in February and you get a strong weather system moving through, you create the potential for significant thunderstorms. I am already watching February 18th through 20th for another possible severe weather outbreak across the South. Models are hinting at a strong storm system diving across Texas with ample moisture and warmth in place. Too early for specifics, but it is on the radar. Let's talk about specific impacts you need to prepare for based on where you live. If you are in the severe thunderstorm zone Saturday, that's say Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, here's what you need to do today. Charge all your devices, have backup power banks ready, know where your safe place is. Interior room, lowest floor, away from windows. Have multiple ways to receive weather warnings. Your phone, a weather radio, television. Secure outdoor furniture. 70-mile-per-hour winds can turn patio chairs into missiles. Fill up your car with gas. If power goes out, you can T-pump gas. If you are in the heavy rain zone, that's most of the southeast and mid-Atlantic Sunday, here's your preparation list. Clean out gutters and downspouts now. 3 inches of rain will overflow clogged gutters. Check your sump pump. Make sure it is working. Have a backup if possible. Move valuables out of basements that have flooded before. Know your evacuation route if you live in a flood-prone area. Don't drive through flooded roads. Turn around. Don't drown. If you are in the possible snow zone, that's the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, here is what you should do. Stock up on supplies, milk, bread, eggs, whatever you need for a few days. Fill up your car with gas. If it snows, you'll need gas for snow blowing or just getting around. Check your snow removal equipment. Make sure snow blowers start. Find your shovel. Have rock salt or ice melt ready. Wet, heavy snow turns to ice quickly. Charge all devices. Wet, heavy snow brings down power lines. Have flashlights and batteries ready. Consider staying home Sunday and Monday if the snow forecast verifies. Travel will be very difficult. Here's a tip most people don't think about. Wet, heavy snow that accumulates on tree branches can cause significant damage. If you have trees near your house with dead branches, try to remove them before the storm. Those branches become very heavy with wet snow and they will break. For our friends in New England, if this becomes a blizzard scenario Sunday night, you need to prepare for extended power outages. We're talking potentially days without power in some areas. Have a generator if possible. Make sure it's outside, never in an enclosed space. Have carbon monoxide detectors working. Stock up on non-perishable food. Have plenty of water. If power goes out, water treatment plants can be affected. Have a plan for staying warm. Extra blankets, sleeping bags. Check on elderly neighbors before the storm hits. Now let me give you the forecast for some additional cities I haven't covered yet. Buffalo, New York, you're in the lake effect snow zone as usual. This weekend, lake effect snow Saturday and Sunday amounts 3 to 6 inches locally higher south of the city. Rochester, New York, similar to Buffalo. Lake effect snow band Saturday and Sunday amounts 2 to 5 inches. Erie, Pennsylvania, lake effect snow Saturday through Monday amounts 4 to 8 inches, especially southeast of the city. Green Bay, Wisconsin, cold and breezy this weekend. Flurries possible Saturday. High temperature Saturday, 32 degrees. Madison, Wisconsin, cold this weekend. Saturday, high 36 degrees. Sunday, high 34 degrees. Springfield, Illinois, rain. Saturday morning into afternoon, amounts around 1 inch. Peoria, Illinois, rain. Saturday morning, amounts less than 1 inch. Evansville, Indiana, heavy rain Saturday afternoon through evening, amounts 1 to 2 inches. Fort Wayne, Indiana, rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts around 1 inch. Toledo, Ohio, rain Saturday evening, possibly mixing with wet snow Sunday morning. Accumulation unlikely. Dayton, Ohio, rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts 1 to 2 inches. Lexington, Kentucky, heavy rain Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Louisville, Kentucky, heavy rain Saturday afternoon through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 4 inches. Ohio River could see minor flooding. Knoxville, Tennessee, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 4 inches. Chattanooga, Tennessee, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Roanoke, Virginia, heavy rain Sunday morning, amounts 1 to 2 inches, possibly higher in the mountains. Lynchburg, Virginia, heavy rain Sunday morning, amounts 1 to 2 inches. Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee, rain Saturday night into Sunday morning, could mix with wet snow Sunday morning in higher elevations. Accumulation unlikely in the city. Greensboro, North Carolina, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Winston-Salem, North Carolina, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Fayetteville, North Carolina, heavy rain Sunday morning through early afternoon, amounts 1 to 2 inches. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Beach erosion possible with onshore winds. Hilton Head, South Carolina, similar to Myrtle Beach, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning. Augusta, Georgia, heavy rain Saturday afternoon through evening, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Macon, Georgia, heavy rain Saturday afternoon through evening, amounts 2 to 3 inches. Tallahassee, Florida, URI on the southern edge of the heavy rain, scattered showers Saturday afternoon and evening, amounts less than 1 inch. Jacksonville, Florida, scattered showers Saturday evening, amounts around ½ an inch. Pensacola, Florida, scattered thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, some could be strong. Rainfall amounts 1 to 2 inches. Mobile, Alabama, thunderstorms Saturday afternoon through evening, some severe storms possible. Rainfall amounts 2 to 4 inches. Let me talk about river flooding. The Mississippi River is already running high. This additional 3 to 6 inches across the lower Mississippi Valley will cause levels to rise significantly. Minor to moderate flooding expected from Arkansas south to Louisiana beginning early next week. The Tennessee River, Cumberland River, and Ohio River will all see rises. Minor flooding possible in some locations. Flash flooding is the bigger concern. When you get 2 to 4 inches in just a few hours, small streams and creeks rise rapidly. Urban areas see water quickly overwhelming storm drains. If you live near any small stream or creek, have a plan to get to higher ground if necessary. Now here's a question I get all the time. Why can't we nail down this forecast with more certainty? The atmosphere is incredibly complex. We are trying to predict the behavior of countless air molecules swirling around at different temperatures and pressures. Small changes in initial conditions can lead to big changes in outcomes. In this case, we're dealing with a cut-off low-pressure system. These are notoriously difficult to forecast because they become detached from the main atmospheric flow. They wobble around. They can speed up or slow down unpredictably. The interaction between this cutoff low and the surface low pressure is what creates all the uncertainty. Where the surface low forms, how strong it gets, and what path it takes determines everything about this forecast. Computer models try to simulate all of this, but they're not perfect. They use mathematical equations to approximate physical processes. Small errors in those equations, or small errors in the initial observations fed into the model, can grow over time. That is why we run multiple models and look at ensemble forecasts that run the same model dozens of times with slightly different initial conditions. When all those ensemble members agree, we have high confidence. When they spread out into different solutions, we have low confidence. Right now, for this Sunday potential snow event, we have low confidence. The ensemble members are split. Some show heavy snow, some show all rain. That's why I keep emphasizing the uncertainty. By tomorrow morning, we'll have new data, more weather balloons, more satellite images, more surface observations. The models will ingest all that new data and produce updated forecasts. I expect by tomorrow morning we'll have much better clarity on whether this becomes a major snow event or stays mostly rain. Check back for updates. I'll be posting new forecasts every few hours as this evolves. Let me give you some historical context. Major February snowstorms are remarkable because the atmosphere can hold so much moisture. The February 2003 President's Day storm dropped 1 to 2 feet. The January 2016 blizzard saw 30 inches in some areas, with New York City getting 26.8 inches. If the Euro model forecast verifies, we could see snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour Sunday night across southern New England. That S blizzard criteria. Roads get covered faster than plows can clear them. Visibility drops to near zero. Now let me address key questions. Will schools be closed Monday in the Northeast? If significant snow falls, yes. School districts will decide Sunday afternoon. Parents, have backup childcare ready. Will flights be canceled? If heavy snow occurs Sunday night into Monday, yes. Airports like Boston Logan, JFK, Philadelphia, and Newark could see major delays Monday. Check with your airline. What about power outages? Heavy, wet snow brings down power lines. If this storm produces predicted snow, power outages are likely. Could be thousands or hundreds of thousands without power. Can I drive with four-wheel drive? Four-wheel drive helps you go, not stop. If we get heavy, wet snow with rates of 2 inches per hour or more, no vehicle is safe. Don T, take unnecessary risks. Should I stock up now or wait? Don to wait. Even if this doesn't become major snow, there's no harm having extra supplies. Stock up today. Here's what the weather looks like beyond this immediate storm system. Valentine's Day is Friday, February 14th. If you have outdoor plans, let me give you the forecast. Texas still cleaning up from the weekend storm. Partly cloudy, cooler, high temperatures in the 50s. South, partly cloudy and mild. High temperatures in the 60s. Southeast, partly cloudy and pleasant. High temperatures mid-60s to low 70s. Mid-Atlantic, partly cloudy and mild if you are south of the snow zone. If you got heavy snow Sunday and Monday, you are still dealing with cleanup. High temperatures mid to upper 40s. Northeast, if you got heavy snow, Friday will be partly cloudy and cold. High temperatures upper 30s to low 40s. If you didn't get snow, partly cloudy and mild, mid to upper 40s. Midwest, partly cloudy and chilly. High temperatures upper 30s to mid 40s. West, another storm system approaching. Rain for the coast, snow for the mountains. For the third week of February, the pattern remains very active, with storm systems continuing to race across the country every few days. One particular system I am watching is for February 18th through 20th. This could be another severe weather setup for the South. Too early for specifics, but if you live anywhere from Texas to the Carolinas, it's worth keeping on your radar. The final week of February may finally see the pattern relax a bit. Some signs of ridging building, and which would mean quieter weather. But that is a long way off and low confidence at this point. Here's the bottom line. This weekend storm is a big deal for millions of Americans. Rain, thunderstorms, possibly heavy snow. It is going to be a significant weather event no matter how the details shake out. Where you live determines what you will see. Texas and Oklahoma, severe thunderstorms Saturday. The South and Southeast, flooding rains Saturday night and Sunday. The Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, heavy rain Sunday with the possibility of a changeover to heavy snow. The exact track and intensity of this storm will be refined over the next 24 to 48 hours. Check back for updates frequently. Comment your city below, and I'll try to give you more specific timing and impacts for your exact location. Stay weather aware this weekend. Have multiple ways to receive weather warnings. Don T, take unnecessary risks. If conditions are dangerous, stay home. And here is a preview of what I'll be covering in my next forecast video. We'll dive deep into that potential severe weather setup for the third week of February that I mentioned. I am seeing some concerning signals on the long-range models that suggest another significant storm system around February 18th to 20th. We'll break down which cities are at risk, what types of severe weather are possible, and give you plenty of advance notice to prepare. Plus, I'll have a detailed temperature outlook for the rest of February and into early March. The pattern is shifting significantly. Some areas that have been cold all winter are about to warm up substantially. Other areas will see the opposite. You'll want to know what S coming for your location so you can plan accordingly. And I'll answer your questions. I read every comment. If you have specific questions about your area or about weather in general, drop them in the comments and I'll address as many as possible in the next video. Remember to share this forecast with friends and family who might be impacted by this weekend S storm. The more people who are prepared, the safer everyone will be. This is going to be a wild weekend across a huge portion of the United States. Multiple weather threats, millions of people affected. But if you re-prepared and you stay informed, you will get through it safely. Check back tomorrow for updated forecasts as this system continues to evolve. The forecast will likely change as we get closer to the event and gather more data. That S normal. That S how meteorology works. We'll keep you updated every step of the way. Let me give you even more specific information for additional cities and regions that are going to be impacted by this massive storm system. Youngstown, Ohio, you rewrite on the edge of the storm's northern periphery. Rain Saturday evening starting around 9 post-meridium, possibly mixing with wet snow Sunday morning around 8 ante-meridium. Any accumulation would be minimal, likely under 1 inch. High temperature Sunday only 39 degrees. It's Wheeling, West Virginia. Rain Saturday night starting at 10 post-meridium through Sunday morning. Could see brief mixing with wet snow Sunday morning between 9 and 11 ante-meridium. The rain to snow line will be very close to your area. Accumulation, if any, would be 1 to 3 inches. Morgantown, West Virginia, heavy rain Saturday night into Sunday morning. Amounts 2 to 3 inches. Brief mixing with wet snow, possible Sunday late morning, but accumulation unlikely in the city proper. Higher elevations south and east of town could see 1 to 2 inches. Parkersburg, West Virginia, heavy rain Saturday evening starting at 8 post-meridium through Sunday morning. Rainfall amounts 1 to 2 inches. Temperatures should stay too warm for snow. Huntington, West Virginia, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning. Amounts 1 to 2 inches. Some thunderstorms possible Saturday evening. No snow expected. Beckley, West Virginia, this is interesting. You are in the mountains at higher elevation. Rain Saturday night changing to snow Sunday morning between 8 and 10 ante-meridium. This could be significant. If the changeover happens as expected, 4 to 8 inches of heavy wet snow is possible by Sunday afternoon. This would be one of the harder hit areas if the snow materializes. Bluefield, West Virginia, similar to Beckley. Rain to snow changeover Sunday morning. Potential for 6 to 10 inches if the forecast verifies. Travel could become very difficult Sunday afternoon and evening. Here is something critical for anyone traveling Interstate 77 through the mountains of West Virginia and Virginia. That corridor from Charleston, West Virginia, north through Beckley and into Virginia could see a sharp transition from rain to heavy snow Sunday morning. If you are planning to drive that route Sunday, you need to be monitoring conditions very closely. What starts as wet roads could become snow-covered and treacherous within an hour or two. Interstate 64 through West Virginia could see similar conditions. The stretch from Huntington east toward White Sulphur Springs runs through mountainous terrain where snow is more likely than in the valleys. Interstate 81 is another critical corridor to watch. From Roanoke, Virginia north through the Shenandoah Valley, then through Maryland and into Pennsylvania, this entire route could see heavy rain transitioning to heavy snow Sunday. If you are driving from Tennessee or North Carolina up to Pennsylvania or New York on Sunday, this is not the day to do it. Let me talk about specific mountain locations because elevation makes a huge difference with this storm. Snowshoe, West Virginia, the ski resort at 4,848 feet elevation, you're definitely seeing snow. Rain changes to snow Saturday night around 11 post-meridium. By Sunday afternoon, you could have 8 to 14 inches of new snow. If you're planning to ski Monday, conditions could actually be excellent with all this fresh snow. But getting there Sunday night or early Monday could be challenging. Wintergreen, Virginia, similar situation. Rain to snow Sunday morning, potential for 6 to 12 inches. Elevation is your friend with this storm if you want snow. Canon Valley, West Virginia, I mentioned earlier they had that 80-degree temperature swing. Well, they about to get snow. Rain changes to snow Sunday morning around 7 ante-meridium. Total accumulation 6 to 12 inches by Sunday evening. This area could be one of the biggest winners for snow lovers. White Top Mountain, Virginia. At 5,520 feet elevation, you are the highest point in Virginia. Heavy snow Sunday. Could see 12 to 18 inches if the European model is correct. Winds will be howling up there too, 40 to 50 miles per hour gusts. Blizzard conditions likely. Mount Rogers area, Virginia, similar to White Top. Heavy snow Sunday with blizzard conditions possible at higher elevations. Beach Mountain, North Carolina, at 5,506 feet elevation. Rain changes to heavy snow Sunday morning. Potential for 10 to 16 inches. This could be the jackpot zone for snow in North Carolina. Sugar Mountain, North Carolina, and Banner Elk, similar forecast. Heavy wet snow Sunday. Amounts 6 to 12 inches possible. Boone, North Carolina, home of Appalachian State University. Rain Saturday night changing to snow. Sunday morning around 9 ante-meridiem. Accumulation 3 to 6 inches likely if the changeover happens. Classes might be impacted Monday if significant snow falls. Blowing Rock, North Carolina, heavy snow Sunday if the forecast verifies. 6 to 10 inches possible. That beautiful Main Street could be buried under heavy wet snow by Sunday evening. Let me talk about the Smoky Mountains because this is a major tourist area. Gatlinburg, Tennessee, heavy rain Saturday evening through Sunday morning. Amounts 2 to 4 inches. Snow unlikely in town. But drive up to Clingman's Dome or Newfound Gap, completely different story. Clingman's Dome at 6,643 feet elevation, snow is almost certain Sunday. Could see 8 to 12 inches at the highest elevations. Road could be closed. For anyone with reservations in the Smoky Mountains this weekend, prepare for very challenging travel conditions Saturday night and Sunday. Some roads, especially at higher elevations, could become impassable. Let me talk about the Shenandoah Valley in more detail because this is a populated area with lots of uncertainty in the forecast. Harrisonburg, Virginia, home of James Madison University, rain Saturday night into Sunday morning. The question is, does it change to snow? If temperatures drop, as the European model suggests, changeover could occur Sunday between 10 ante-meridiem and 1 post-meridiem. If that happens, 3 to 6 inches of snow is possible by Sunday evening. Staunton, Virginia, similar forecast to Harrisonburg. Rain potentially changing to snow Sunday midday. Accumulation 3 to 6 inches if it changes. Waynesboro, Virginia, right at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Rain changing to snow. Sunday morning is more likely here than areas further west. Potential for 4 to 8 inches. Charlottesville, Virginia, home of the University of Virginia. Heavy rain Sunday morning starting around 3 ante-meridiem. Does it change to snow? That's the million-dollar question. If it does change, which the Euro suggests around noon Sunday, you could see 2 to 5 inches. If it doesn't change, just heavy rain. Total rainfall 2 to 3 inches if it stays rain. Culpeper, Virginia, you are getting closer to the Washington District of Columbia area. Heavy rain Sunday morning. Possible changeover to snow Sunday around 10 ante-meridiem. If it changes, 4 to 8 inches possible. Fredericksburg, Virginia, right between Washington District of Columbia and Richmond. Heavy rain Sunday morning. The Euro shows a possible changeover to heavy snow Sunday around 11 ante-meridiem. If this happens, 4 to 7 inches by Sunday evening. This would create major problems on Interstate 95. Let's talk about Interstate 95 because this is the main north-south artery on the East Coast. From Richmond, Virginia, north through Washington District of Columbia, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and into New York, this entire corridor could see heavy rain changing to heavy snow Sunday. We are talking about one of the most heavily traveled highways in America, potentially becoming a parking lot Sunday afternoon and evening. If you're planning to drive Interstate 95 anywhere from Virginia to Massachusetts on Sunday, I am telling you right now, reconsider. This could be one of those situations where thousands of vehicles get stuck in snow for hours. We've seen it before. The January 2016 blizzard stranded people on Interstate 95 for over 12 hours. This could be similar if the snow forecast verifies. Interstate 95 in Connecticut, from New Haven through New London, heavy rain Sunday, changing to heavy snow Sunday evening around 6 post-meridiem. If the Euro is right, you could see 6 to 10 inches with snowfall rates of 2 inches per hour. That's enough to strand vehicles quickly. Interstate 95 in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, from Providence through Boston, this could see the heaviest snow. The Euro shows blizzard conditions Sunday night with snowfall rates of 3 inches per hour at times. Interstate 95 could be shut down Sunday night into Monday morning. Let me talk about some coastal areas in more detail because they face unique challenges with this storm. Atlantic City, New Jersey, rain changing to heavy wet snow Sunday afternoon around 2 post-meridium. The combination of onshore winds, heavy precipitation, and marginal temperatures makes this tricky. If it snows, 6 to 10 inches possible, but it could stay mostly rain if temperatures dawn to drop enough. Ocean temperatures in the mid-40s will fight the changeover. Cape May, New Jersey. At the southern tip of New Jersey, heavy rain Sunday morning. Less likely to change to snow than areas further north. If it does change, 3 to 5 inches possible. But rain is more likely here. Ocean City, Maryland, heavy rain Sunday morning. Could mix with or change to wet snow Sunday afternoon. Accumulation 2 to 4 inches if it changes, but confidence is low. Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and Bethany Beach, rain changing to snow Sunday around 11 ante-meridium. Possible accumulation 4 to 8 inches. Coastal flooding is also a concern with strong onshore winds and heavy precipitation coinciding with high tide Sunday afternoon. Lewis, Delaware, and the Delaware Bay beaches, similar to Rehoboth. Rain to snow Sunday late morning. 4 to 8 inches possible if the change